Howdy y'all, this is REdwolf. I finally back out here. Today we're going to go over one of my favorite knives that y'all don't get to see very often, and that's going to be my Ontario RTAC II. I've had this knife for 4 or 5 years now. It's still absolutely razor sharp. I don't use it as much as I could, in all honesty. It has a super tough, super fine edge. Like, I could probably shave with this. But for what it is, I normally grab my cheaper Ontario machete for doing a lot of the same tasks I would do with that. You staying out of trouble? So I decided that I realized that I hadn't really done anything with it. So I'm going to do a little bit out here and just give y'all a demonstration on why I like it. Now this is, shoot, it probably don't matter. If you watched my tomahawk video, this is the tree I just knocked down with it. And for a lot of the survival tasks you have, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm just going to show you. So when it comes, let's see. Alright, so on a list of things you can do with it, you'll see up this high, it'd be a little bit harder. So I just get in super quick. If this bark, let's say something I can make cordage out of or whatnot, and I can. This might not be a squeal, this might be an elm. But I can get in here real quick with it and get everything where I can start peeling with it. Probably just use that if I really needed to walk it down. Let's see, we're getting into some stuff here. But it's really good in these draw knife type applications. Look at there. If it is, it's not great. I'm going to take a little shortcut right here and check out some bark. That's cool. It's, a lot of these trees look alike out here when they don't have any leaves on them and the top's blown out. That's cool. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. So, it's kind of a heavy blade. It's really balanced, really back in here, like right between the handle and where the edge is. Like it's really right here. It's got this I'm thinking about it. It's got this micarta handle, same texture. It's got the big bolts. You got your lanyard hole. It's hefty, but it's light. It's very hand balanced, but it's still forward enough that you get all these. Let's see, y'all probably see all that sound. You get all these big, precise, fast, good chunk throwing chops that you can come in. It's got enough come on now, there we go. It's got enough what's the word I'm looking for, control. With the balance point and stuff like that, you got enough control to do some pretty fine stuff, especially if you choke up in your finger choil here. You got all these little options. I honestly, when I watch it, I like to watch alone on some of these shows like that. You can learn a lot of stuff in there. And while watching it, you know, I go, well, if I'm going to go there, what's the gear list this year? You know, you get to play those kind of games. I get to come out here and play with them every once in a while. And just kind of use it as a skill building exercise. But a couple years ago, they changed the blade from any fixed blade to one with a 10-inch blade. Well, the go-to knife that I've got is kind of my one-tool option for that kind of thing. Is probably this knife. I have a lot of stuff that I often carry more than one tool, and because I carry more than one tool, I rarely need my one tool option. And this one spends a lot of time just kind of riding shotgun in a lot of places. I mean, it's a super good knife. Honestly, as much as y'all seen buoys and stuff on my channel, if I was looking for a survival knife in general, possibly a warfighting knife, this is an honest one tool option. It is big enough to do a lot of the small axe, machete type chores. It is sharp enough and holds a good enough edge to do a lot of the fine-tune processing type chores. It's controllable enough to do a lot of your small scale trap trigger whittling type chores. Like, hardest part here is not carrying so little because it's so awesome that I accidentally cut my fingers off. It's that good. I would say that I wouldn't want to be using this as a throwing knife to try and stick in the side of a mountain. I would assume you'd probably chip it before you do anything else. It's got the standard Ontario finish that you could just about grate wasabi on this thing. It's really tough. It's long lasting. I haven't even started to really rub the finish off this thing. Solid investment. I think these are somewhere in the, I've seen them between like 75 and 130 bucks depending upon time, place, location. They're a solid knife if you're looking for something. Full recommend. And sort of the elephant in the room with all Ontarios is you're going to hear the SE comparisons. This is the RTAC II, once again, is the equivalent of the SE hungless. SE has a little bit less swell in here. The grip's a little bit smaller. I'll give them credit for that. It feels a little nicer, in my opinion, than this. It's a more expensive knife, and this doesn't have any hand shock issues at all. It's got a really good spine here. I'm assuming you could probably throw a ferro rod off of it, but I would need a very legitimate file or a whole bunch of sandpaper or something to take enough finish off to find out. I'm about to do some testing on some dry wood in a minute. Y'all can see probably pretty clearly how much damage, how just smooth these cuts are. This is just a solid knife. I figure that's enough babbling for now, so until next time, this REdwolf signing off. Y'all keep up the good fight.